Estás escuchando Políticamente Incorrectos, jajajajaja, chúpenla.
This is pretty scary, Caroline. I had no idea.
Wait, how did you not know this?
No one ever told me this.
Joey, men have their like peak sexual phase from like 18 to like 27. And then after that, it's like downhill.
Isn't it? No, don't women have their peak at around 25 and then they go downhill, but men is a bit older?
No, it's the opposite because women can like maintain their sexual peak for a lot longer. Men start losing that ability.
But
that's why there's Viagra. There is no Viagra for women. We don't need it.
But isn't it much more common when you're talking about 60 years old, women don't want to have sex anymore and men are the ones looking for partners?
Because they use Viagra.
But without Viagra, they don't have sexual desire anymore.
I mean, they kind of do, but they can't get it up. So it's like they feel it, but like they don't feel it.
I didn't know that.
I just want you to take your sweet time and don't have sex until you feel ready. But to be with a girl for a year and like not do anything,
it's pretty hard on the girl, right?
I mean, if I'm honest, and maybe she feels differently, but if I was with a guy for a very long time and he didn't want to have sex, I'd assume that like he thought I was ugly or like there was something wrong.
He's gay.
No, like completely serious. If I was like dating a guy, honestly, if I was dating a guy and it was like, I don't know, maybe like, Molly, what would you say, like a month? If I was dating a guy for a month and he like made no initiation to have sex, I'd think something was weird.
Yeah, I think that either he was really unattracted to me or there was something wrong with him.
That's what also happened with the German girl I was going out with in Japan. She started to ignore me because she thought I didn't like her because I didn't try to have sex with her.
That's what she's used to.
And just to be clear, like your reasoning for not wanting to have sex is just because you don't want to do it with that many people?
No, everything has its time. I'm not in any rush to have sex on the first day.
The first day is way different than the first year.
Yeah,
he wants to have sex on the last day.
To be clear, I've never actually had, I've only had one night stand, and I was actually in Mexico. But otherwise, it's been.
I think I know who it is. Yeah.
Otherwise, wait, with people that I like know pretty well. I've just not been like dating them.
Joey, if you were going to die tomorrow, would you have sex?
Ooh, yeah, good question.
Yeah, definitely.
Will you have sex with a goat? Because there's only goats around you, bro.
What?
But have sex with a goat? That's fucked up, man. No.
Sorry, bro. I smoked too much shit.
So Joey, if you knew you were gonna die tomorrow, you'd text your little girlfriend right now and you'd say, "Get your ass over here and on this yoga mat."
And be wearing no underwear.
Fuck yeah.
Or dirty.
Where you're dirty.
I have COVID and I don't give a damn. He's gonna say.
I would wear no underwear.
Dirty.
It's much easier.
I removed my dirty underwear. That was.
I just finished a round of laundry. Get here.
I just took my monthly shower. Come here.
Wow, I learned so much about Joey.
I feel like Joey just learned so much about sex.
I think Joey learned a lot of.
Yeah, this is like the sex ed class for Joey.
Not so much about sex, more about my balls.
Do you think I am less valuable because I've had sex in my life?
Hell no, not at all.
But we were talking the other day and you told me you were less desirable, like from certain standards. You deemed me as less valuable, bro.
Here's what's interesting now. If I was dating a virgin, that's like, I would be less interested in a guy if I knew he was a virgin. Because that's more like work and like
they don't know how to move the tool.
That's so much fumbling around. Like there's
also at this point, no offense, Joey, but I would be worried of like the reasoning behind why he's still a virgin, and I wouldn't want my sexual encounter to like have that much meaning.
That's true. Virgins fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a very US specific thing. Like, we've grown up in a culture where now at the age of like 25-ish, if I were going out with a guy and he was a virgin, I'd be like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like,
Psychopath.
well, no, not psychopath, but I kind of, what's the plan here? Because like
I just need more background on it too. Like if he was like raised in a really religious household and like recently kind of like left or like has like whatever, I'd be like, oh, okay, like there was like reasoning behind it. If it was just kind of like,
But
I'd be a little concerned. If it was like it's because I wanted to mean or something, I'd be like, no way.
usually virgins gravitate towards other virgins. That's what they look for. That's what they, it's like, that's what I understand.
Very true.
I just feel like, so me and Molly, our best friend, her whole thing in high school is that she was gonna wait for marriage, wait for marriage, wait for marriage. That bitch got her first boyfriend and she like
She tried the cookie.
she tried the, but my point is like I feel like I'm honestly intrigued that and I will commend you. I think it's impressive because I feel like I know a lot of people that like have that thought but then meet someone and are like, never mind. My only thing is like, do you think then that you hold these, like you have such a high standard now of like who you would have sex with? Like I feel like to wait a year to have sex with this girl that you're seeing right now, she's checking all the boxes. I'm gonna get very meta, so everyone get ready. Do you think that you wait so long because you look for reasons to say no?
No, not at all. It's just since sex is the most you can do with your partner, you know that there's nothing beyond sex. Why get to that point?
I think there's so much more you can do with your partner.
I think
What about going to a kayak, man?
Like what?
Going to kayaking, going to the cinema.
I
don't
think
know.
sex
Sexually
is like
speaking.
Getting married, like going through like
Sex is like-
trauma together.
sex is like the least like I don't even have to look at you while we have sex technically. Like that's
You
like
don't have to
That's true.
talk.
No, but sexually speaking.
That's something that's from the States, you know. That's something from the States. But that's true.
but then why didn't you end up having sex with the German girl? Because didn't you really like her?
No, I didn't like her. I just wanted to hook up with her.
But you didn't.
We made out, but we didn't have sex.
Okay, but there's a lot of things in between. You don't have to tell me what you did because I'd actually rather not know. But there's like a lot of things in between making out and sex. So like, did you just make up?
Sorry.
out?
Yeah, I'm confusing hooking up with making out. My bad.
Well, no,
Yeah.
you can use them interchangeably.
You can
just like
Like,
it's just
we made
helpful
out.
to specify.
interesting. Have you done anything ever that more than just making out?
Yeah, I've done everything but have sex.
What about oral sex? You've had that.
Yeah, that feels pretty good.
It's pretty good, man. You know.
I think oral sex is more intimate than normal sex.
I
Why?
agree completely.
I prefer normal.
This
sex.
is sacred.
This is my mouth.
I eat out of this.
I speak.
Yeah, but I mean, like guys also eat.
Do you swallow
know?
tongue, Caroline, or You
Spit or
put-
swallow.
Spitters are quitters.
Spitters. Joey.
then that's pretty recognizable of your part.
That's recognizable. I'm sorry.
No. I think he means commendable.
To not spit, you know that's brave.
Commendable. It's commendable.
Commendable.
I
Yeah.
thought you meant I just look like I give a lot of blowjobs, and I was like, I mean, I don't, but
No, sorry,
don't worry.
wrong word used.
I was like, well, that was the nicest way someone's called me a whore, but thank you.
Spitters are quitters. I don't
That's-
know.
Oh my gosh, Diego.
Diego, hop off. We're not talking
Diego,
about you right now.
unmute yourself if you want to talk about something.
Diego, would you like to give your opinion on spitters being quitters? Actually, wait, this is irrelevant, but I have a very funny story that I will tell about that. So this girl I went to college with, a freshman year, had never given a blowjob before, and she gave a blowjob and wasn't expecting like what happens at the end. So she proceeded to like spit it back up onto the guy that she was like hooking up with,
Oh,
and he was horrified.
why?
And why? Because he like, it's one thing
They
if you like
expected her
do
to
an-
swallow.
well, I guess he thought, because I guess she like sat there for not like a full minute, but like for a little bit. And like, I feel
Yeah.
like normally you like stick your hand or like whatever, but she like drooled back onto him.
There's no problem
And-
with that, in my opinion. I mean, like different girls do different stuff, but you can't expect every girl to swallow, you know, like the girls take it completely differently and it's nasty. So
That's very mature. It is
every
nasty.
sexual encounter is different. That's what I've learned in my life, that it's not always comfortable. Sometimes it's awkward. So, and that's what you learn by having experiences. I have 3 uncomfortable experiences, and I think that helps me to grow, you know. I don't know.
Haven't we all? Joey, this is another important thing. It tastes like what you eat, so don't eat weird shit beforehand.
Yeah, especially don't eat cum, bro.
In Mexico, it's very famous to eat pineapple.
Pineapple juice is
Universal. That's
it's like
universal.
a rose to your girlfriend, you know, in form of pineapple, stuff. Like,
Don't give her flowers, just eat pineapple.
give her pineapple juice. Don't give her flowers, just drink pineapple juice.
Just get an edible arrangement for every time
Oh
you're
my
together.
god, that's so funny.
Does it taste like weed if you eat weed?
Eat?
Weed, Molly. I don't
Edibles.
know.
No,
Yeah,
the
but,
resins
like-
don't actually go out in that type of fluid. They go out in your sweat. So if you smoke a lot, you're probably gonna smell like marijuana a little bit. I smoke a lot. That's why I know. I don't smoke as much as I used to, but my dog is choking. He's like,
Shaved a
no,
puppy.
he's eating something. I don't know.
Wait, Joey, have you kissed your new girlfriend?
Yes, obviously.
Mm.
You say obviously, but
Hey, where have you kissed your new girlfriend?
On the hand.
As she walks in the door, he gets on his knees and kisses her feet.
are you a toe guy? You have a foot fetish?
No, I'm not a foot guy.
He's like, don't get your feet
Don't get
anywhere
your
near
feet
me.
anywhere near me. What are
Fascinating.
your fetishes, Joe?
Sorry, what?
How do you know what do you like? Like kinky stuff, you know? Or you don't even define yourself as kinky, bro.
I mean, I know what I like.
I feel like Joey right now in his head thinks that he's like this like super basic bland, like only missionary. We look at each other in the eyes and like you're gonna have sex and be like, this fucking sucks, and then like totally change up what you want.
And if I change up what I want, that's totally fine. I'm okay with changing my mind. But if you ask me right now, then that's what I want, you know?
What if she ties you to the bed and she like is forcingly touching you to have an encounter with her?
Has that happened to you, or why you?
Would you let that happen, or you would be no, it has never happened to me, but it has happened
Joey's
to some
like,
guys.
could that happen? Should I be worried?
Could that happen? Yes, it is about to happen to you, bro. If you don't hurry up, some girl is gonna be like, "Oh my god, are you a virgin? I'm gonna fuck you tonight." That happens, bro. You're a diamond.
Is that normal?
Diamond in the ground.
For girls to tie men to the bed?
I have personally never tied a man to the bed, but I don't think I can speak to the normalcy of all females.
I've been tied in a motel that had like something to play. Yeah, but it's
a motel.
Yeah, see, in Mexico, since like we live with our parents, we can't have sex in our homes, so we go to cheap motels, like $25. You have a little bit of fun, and then like you leave a mess.
Like
and
prostitutes, you rent by the hour.
No, we don't rent prostitutes. We go with girlfriends.
I'm saying like prostitutes will book hotel rooms for like 4 hours, and that's what you guys do.
Book a hotel room and go with your girl, and I don't know, do whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. They do also do that here in the States. There's a lot of motels.
There's love motels. There's motels specifically designed for having sex.
Yes, you
in
can go.
the States, for the most part, in the States, if you out where you can get a hotel room hourly, it means it's for prostitutes.
Oh, it's exclusively for prostitutes. What about if you want to have
No, not
time?
exclusively for prostitutes, but it definitely means that like prostitutes use that
yes.
hotel.
In Mexico,
and
they
it's
also
sketchy.
use it. I mean, that's where they work.
But for sure, like it's getting a little more popular to kind of have like these like weird, like kinky sex type
Or
hotels.
playing.
Yeah.
That's in Mexico. They're doing that quite a lot, and it's a business model that works a lot, especially for girls in my college. Like a lot of friends that I used to have, they tell me that they go there quite a lot with their boyfriends, because that's like the place where you can be alone with your boyfriend without anyone else finding out.
Yeah.
And isn't that annoying? Like, isn't that just annoying that you always have to like sneak around?
Yeah, yes, but then you get used to, and I mean, not, right now I live in States with my girlfriend, and we can do whatever we want whenever we want it. But I think it's part of growing. In Mexico, that's what people do. In the States, it goes out differently. I feel it's better to keep the family together all throughout the process, because when you divide the family, especially at such a young age, 18-year-olds are so vulnerable, and they're like a lot of stuff can happen, you know, fucked up stuff. So
This is a question I have.
Yeah.
Would your parents be okay, Molly and Caroline, of you having sex at home while you're at home with them?
Did you just nod?
Dude. I mean, I'm saying my mom doesn't want to know,
Oh,
but I can share a bedroom with my significant other when I'm home.
oh, Molly, we've all
yes,
seen what happened. Diego, Molly, do you want to tell the story about how you almost killed the dog?
I'd rather not. Thank you, Caroline.
I'm just gonna say, if you see my dog in the front yard, just know upstairs. You know that TikTok or not?
I got it. I got it, change.
Okay, you got it.
I feel like with American parents, it's the motto like "Don't ask, don't tell," where like you don't bring it up,
Yes,
and no one
it's
knows,
fucked up.
but everyone kind of knows.
I was talking to an American parent in this vacation, and he was telling me that he allows his younger, like teenage sons to smoke weed as long as they don't drive. In Mexico, like you won't see any parent allowing his teenagers to smoke weed. Like that I don't know
Like-
why so many things are so different and
When we-
tolerated,
When we were in high school, we were never allowed to like have boys home alone.
Mm-mm.
because we know
but-
what happens when.
But you still did it anyway, right?
I mean, Caroline and I did not know, but
If
I
your
mean, as
mom-
a parent, that's a thing that you want. You don't want your daughter to be alone with another teenage boy. 'Cause-
But then like in college, obviously, like I would like
yeah,
go to parties and do whatever, and like my mom knew I was doing these things, but it's not like I brought it
she
up.
can't do anything because it's a different age.
And-
You're older.
It's easier for her to just not bring it up because then she would worry or be stressed or whatever. And so it's the idea of just like we don't talk about it, but like we both kind of know it's
That's the
happening.
problem. I think in the States, there's so many things that also you consider taboo, like we do in Mexico, that are also affecting the society a lot. And that kind of stuff, that not talking about that or whatever, the party stuff, creates other types of problems.
But I also think that if I were to tell my mom about it, like we would be able to have a conversation. Like I definitely have some friends' parents who are more conservative and like they wouldn't. But like yeah, like when I go home, like I can share a bedroom with a significant other, so my mom knows. And like it's kind of fucking weird to be like, "Yo, mom, like good sex last night," but like,
Yeah, I heard you.
but it's like if I needed to talk to her about something, I'd feel totally comfortable talking to her about it.
Okay. In
Yeah,
in
I don't
Mexico,
talk
it's
about.
forbidden.
Yeah.
Like I do not know any parent who'd be okay with you bringing a girl or a boy home and sharing the same bedroom. That's why motels are business in Mexico.
Mhm. Like,
My host dad, this is like kind of mean, but my host dad, when I lived in Mexico City, he's not Mexican, he's Venezuelan American. And he said that in Mexico, you guys learn how to book hotel rooms to sneak away with girls when you're young, and you keep using that skill even when you're married, but the girl is no longer your
No.
partner.
that's fucked up. I mean, some men do, but I would never do that because like the emotional, I couldn't deal with it if I would. That, you know what I'm saying? Like if I would be unfaithful, I wouldn't be able to deal with it. But some people do. A lot of people do it. I have cousins who are married and do it a lot. But I think it's like an addiction. Once you start doing hookers, you can't stop. It's like a degeneration, like abusing drugs.
Yeah.
For example, girls, do you have friends who done like heroin or fentanyl or whatever? Do you know somebody who has like an overdose?
No, coke is the hardest
Oh.
drug. Like the only drugs my friends have done is weed, and then a few have done coke, and a few have done like acid, and that's it.
Have you done coke or tea or something? Something beyond
No.
weed?
I've only ever done like a couple edibles, but I also it's like kind of, I don't know if I would have done anything more, but in college I played a sport that we had to get drug tested. So like I couldn't, and I feel like college is when people like try
Experiment.
out.
Fucked up. Yeah,
Yeah.
but some drugs hook you up, and then for example, cocaine, I think it's one of the drugs that people start normalizing, but it really fucks you up pretty quick.
No, it does 100%. All my friends who have done it like twice in their lives. But for sure, people can get addicted to it quite quickly, and then it really fucks you up. I mean, it can fuck you up
Yes.
just the first time you take it if you don't get it from like a good source and aren't really careful about like how you take it
I
and where
know-
you are. But
I know girls who like they used to smoke coke, sorry, and they laced it with fentanyl, and now like they're addicted to fentanyl, and that's a
yeah,
thing
it's
that
really
they
fucking
do.
dangerous. And if it's too much, you're gonna overdose the minute you snort it. Like,
Yes, and it's pretty sick. Here in Miami, like they are giving like free chats about Narcan, which is like a nasal
Yep.
spray that they put on the,
in,
and that's like a normal thing now apparently. In Mexico, you would never know about that thing because nobody
in
does fentanyl.
Massachusetts, all pharmacies like a CVS or Walgreens have to have the Narcan. Is that what it's called?
Narcan,
They
yeah.
have they have to have it like over the counter at pharmacy.
Every
So
cop
you
in
go
the United
up
States
to the
has a
pharmacy and you
Narcan.
can ask for it. You have to be able to get like the testing strips.
The firefighters also
Those are
have
all
Narcan.
legalized.
Yeah,
Mhm.
drugs in the U.S. is like a huge issue.
It's a really huge, and that's a taboo. That's
Yeah.
like when there's like drug addiction in the family, usually people don't talk about it. They're ashamed of it,
For sure.
and that's
That's
what's
very
making the problem grow, I think.
I've spoken to many liberal Americans who say the solution is just legalize everything.
You can't legalize fentanyl.
Legalize
bro.
everything.
It's too toxic.
I think it's legalizing. I think it's decriminalizing.
Exactly.
And then
which are
like
like two very different things. So one is like more like you get fines and it's still illegal, but the punishment is different. And you might get mandatory sentencing for like rehabilitation and going to rehab centers instead of prison. Because prison, there's usually a lot of drugs within the prison system. So actually a lot of people tend to get hooked in prison.
Yeah.
And then when they get out, it's really bad. So decriminalizing it is trying to help that by putting the people more in positions where they can get help and like go to rehab centers than to go to a place that will probably make it worse.
plus when you
And so
decriminalize, it doesn't usually when you decriminalize, it's like amounts under a certain like
Under a certain
Yeah.
amount of pot or meth
so
or
if you're
whatever.
dealing, it's still illegal and
Yeah.
you go to
Yes.
jail.
But I was watching a documentary in the morning that was saying that you decriminalize drugs, the crime also ramps up because you now, instead of putting people into jail, you're gonna only give them a fine, and then the criminals just start taking that fine as a cost of doing business, of selling drugs or growing weed illegally or whatever. So by decriminalizing, all crimes and drug addiction ramp up. That's the
Yeah.
problem. And also with substances so dangerous like fentanyl that you can't have it near a kid. And some addicts have kids near that stuff, and that's child neglect. There's so many other crimes that go around a single substance, not only by selling it or consuming it, but just by existing around it. There's so many cops, and you can look at around YouTube the videos that die of overdose just by making a traffic stop of an addict who has too much fentanyl on the car. It's crazy.
Yeah. And I mean, I think the bigger issue is honestly is that like there's not any sort of like easy. I mean, there's no quick fix for any of this, but like there's no like one step fix. So it's like
Yeah.
I can really say like they need to decriminalize, but then like you have to do a ton of other stuff and like
Well, it's like you have
have
to
you been to
decriminalize
Canada
it.
recently? Have you been to Canada, to Toronto or Vancouver City?
no, I've been to both, but not for like 2 years.
That place is fucked up. I think it's the most fucked up place I've seen. It's like Skid Row in California. It's full of homelessness and drug addiction in the streets. I mean, the life quality is good. My sister lives there, but people in the streets are like just pinching with needles in the veins of their hands. It's pretty sick.
I mean, so there's a street in Boston that they call Methadone Mile.
Methadone mile, yeah.
It's nuts. Like I've had to drive through there a couple times to get to some of my friends' houses, and like it's like scary. There's like
Yeah.
dozens of people that just walk around like zombies, and like
Here in Miami, there's also the downtown part that has a lot of homelessness. And yeah, there's always people talking alone, people having like a mental breakdown, somebody just walking in the middle of the street fucked up.
See, we
crazy.
talked about that actually when we were in Mexico, because I was saying how in the US, if you're homeless, it's usually because you have a mental health issue
Or
and in
drug
Mex-
addiction.
or a drug addiction. And in
Yeah,
Mexico, if
usually
you're,
a mental health issue that's led to a drug addiction.
and in Mexico,
Yes.
like just really poor. And like,
You just need to be really poor in Mexico to be homeless. The
Yeah.
thing is that there's no fentanyl problem in Mexico because people don't have money to consume it. There's literally the problem of fentanyl is just only on the border towns of Mexico because of the people that have been deported from the US that already consumed before. But yeah, Mexico is not a good market for drugs because people have no money. That's the thing.
But in
I mean,
Mexico, Mexico, there's not that much homelessness going around. Normally, what they do is build a real shitty house up in the mountains.
yes.
They don't even have light there. They don't even have water, and they just build their house from cement or with a cardboard, and that's
Yeah.
it. But in
But in the US, we'd still call that homelessness.
Yes, I mean in the U.S., like the most poor people live in trailer parks before
Or
being
tents,
homeless.
right?
I think like a trailer park is like the last stop.
in
But that's
LA,
also
LA, they're camping on the streets now, right?
yeah,
Yes.
Boston, they literally have like tents set up.
But homeless people account for less than 0.05% of the population. I was doing a research on the real estate market analysis in Miami, and literally a couple thousand people, not more than that. The problem with that is that some of them don't want to be relocated. Some of them don't want to be sheltered because they want to be on the streets doing drugs.
Yeah, they feel they honestly feel safer and more comfortable on the streets than in a shelter.
Yes. I recently saw a video of a man in New York putting his coat over a homeless man, and the homeless man just jumps and punches him in the face because like the homeless man was so scared of somebody robbing him again, and the guy who was doing a good action ended up being punched, and now he's suing the homeless guy.
Well, that's gonna go well. He'll get so much out of that.
For
You need
what?
to see the video first. If you see the video, you will understand it
Yeah, but
because
what-
the homeless guy starts punching him in the face repeatedly.
What's he gonna get from him?
No, the thing is like there's a video captured of him getting fisted in the face, like he's just being punched. So I just need let me see if I can find the video, and I'm gonna send it to the group so you see it.
But what is this guy gonna win suing a homeless man?
No, I don't know, but he did press
Pretend.
charges.
Okay, so he
Like-
pressed charges. He didn't actually go through.
He's gonna
suing.
get justice, bro. He got punched in the face. He didn't deserve to
We
get punched,
love
bro.
justice in the United States, Diego. Justice.
Look, I have the video. I'm gonna send you the video. It's crazy.
My
I have it
goodness.
right now. Give me a second. Okay, please take a look at the video. The homeless guy is just crazy. It's on the WhatsApp group.
I don't know if I'm ready to watch
No,
this.
it's not violent. Like it's like a security camera video. That happened
Wait.
in New York like 2 days ago.
While we're watching. Now that I
He was giving his coat to a homeless guy because of the low temperatures, and the homeless guy ended up assaulting him.
Diego, you'll be happy to know that I added Neighborhood Rambler to Urban Dictionary.
Neighborhood what?
Rambler.
You
Rambler.
went to where?
I added it to Urban Dictionary, like you told me to.
Oh, you did? No way. Good job.
Oh, he's putting the video. Nice, bro.
Look at Hoey just being so techie.
Adelanta la 34, bro. Joey is techie. When you don't do sex, you have a lot of time in your hands, man, to learn this type of stuff.
Oh my god.
He's crazy. And he also robbed him, his phone and his wallet. So that's why
Yeah, I saw that.
he pressed charges. It's not his, he doesn't give a damn if he's homeless. He assaulted him, you see?
Wow.
Well, that didn't go
That did
well.
not go-
Yeah. Oh.
We
What
have
were we talking about?
8 minutes left. Is there anything else you want to go back to, or anything else you want to talk about in these 8 minutes left?
I feel like we've covered so much.
I feel like
I
we
just want-
covered
I just want Joey to
Sorry, Diego, I lost you there.
I would like you to explain between vaccines and corroding knees, specifically with your mom's sister, aka your.
Okay.
Yeah, what about the knees, bro?
All I know is my aunt has a metal plate inserted into her leg. She's had more than 8 surgeries. and
Yeah.
she was fine for more than 10 years. All I know, all I observed is after she got vaxxed, 4 days later, the plaque started getting corroded. Her body rejected the plaque, and she had to get the surgery again. That's all I know.
Bro, but how is it gonna get corroded if they only use surgical steel that it's not able to corrode? That's like that's a Mexican norm of health. You can't put any metal that rusts in anybody. It's in the law, bro.
Her body rejected the plaque. The plaque didn't work anymore.
That's a possibility.
That's
sometimes happens.
Not a doctor. Maybe I got a few details wrong. Maybe the doctor should come on here and explain. But that's the.
Wait, who's the doctor? Aren't one of you guys the doctor?
I'm the doctor.
No, we're talking about another doctor, a real doctor, not a fake
A
doctor.
A
real
real
doctor.
doctor. I'm not actually a real doctor.
Here's my thought. One, if the vaccine keeps you from getting very sick, great. 2, if I get better targeted ads on Facebook, excellent.
Yeah. I hate seeing ads for the vaccine because I already got the vaccine.
This is my stance.
I just
You
need,
know?
if they're going to insert a tracker into me, like now they're going to know where I am at the time. I'm going to get better restaurant suggestions. I'm going to get better like ads. Like
What vaccine did you get? Pfizer or Moderna?
Moderna.
I got Moderna
got
too in Texas.
Woohoo.
I got the Pfizer normal with the Moderna booster.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Wait,
nice.
Joey,
I heard Joey got the Chinese one.
Howie is literally like so on news. He's like boosters.
What about boosters? I don't even watch my underwear.
No.
Yeah,
He's
he's
COVID.
growing COVID in his underwear.
Yes, bro, please. You need to wash all your underwear, man.
Joey?
Joey is gonna share his stance on vaccines, and then you interrupted him.
I'm sorry, Joey.
No.
My-
It wasn't any interruption. We're all allowed to speak freely here. I'm just
Joey.
do whatever you want. Get vaxxed or don't get vaxxed. Just don't make it mandatory. That's my stance.
Make masks mandatory, not vaccines, right?
I was in
Like that.
Texas a month ago.
Oh, so
Wearing masks.
your body, your choice.
Exactly. Your body, your choice. You decide.
There's
what
a reason
you
why
want.
masks are blue. This is pro-life, you see? If not, they will be green.
But what Biden wants to do,
Interesting.
mandatory vaccine, I think that's so not democracy of the U.S.
So should people stop getting vaccinated for smallpox and the measles?
Do whatever you
Yes.
want. If you want to get vaxxed for smallpox,
Should we
and
have
measles,
huge smallpox outbreaks in 3-year-olds so that a bunch of toddlers are dying because other toddlers didn't get a measles vaccine?
like
I guess it's a
polio.
better example. A measles vaccine.
why should I put a needle in my body if I don't want to?
You shouldn't.
You
So
shouldn't
you're
have
saying
to.
it's okay. So say someone's like actually can't get a vaccine, but you can,
Don't need it. You drop it.
and then you get
Don't need it.
measles, and you give it to the 3-year-old
No,
who
don't
can't
eat
get
it.
it yet.
No. Oh, come on. It fell to the ground.
My
No,
floor is
don't do that.
clean. Joey doesn't wash his underwear. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's true.
So you would kill a 2-year-old with the measles, but not an unborn child?
I'm not intentionally. I'm not killing the 2-year-old.
Hmm.
It's not like I want him to die, right? I'm not going somewhere
Interesting.
to have some forceps drive into his head.
That's simple.
That's not how it works, but
Oh, wait.
interesting. I think that's where we end
Can
it.
you imagine if they just like skewered him in the mouth with forceps?
Do you think it's nice? They pet him first, and then they inject something so he goes to sleep.
First of all, you're assuming it's a him, and that's incorrect.
What do you want to call
And-
it?
They don't even know what it is yet. It's literally an amoeba.
It's
No.
a them.
Gender's assigned in conception.
It's a Latin X baby. I'm just kidding.
But I think you should be able to kill the baby just like 3 months before the due date. If you do it like after the 3 months, it's pretty sick because you're actually killing like I was born in the 7th month, you know. So
And I can get
with that being said,
get on board with that. I can get on board with that. But when it's like basically like just 3 cells, I'm taking a pill.
yeah,
Gone.
I
There's
think every case is different, you know. Like you can judge everyone else, so everyone should have the possibility to decide. That's all I'm saying, you know.
To be clear, I've not had an abortion before. I'm just saying, like, I think that I should have the ability to have one.
If you need it, yes, because you never know. Like there's a lot of circumstances in life, you know. So I feel that's true. What about you, Joey? What do you think?
We have less than a minute left, but
Oh,
in
Finish
summary,
up.
Gitus, that's Titus.
no, in
Have you seen that
summary,
meme?
I'm pro-life. I believe life starts at conception, and I'm against abortion. That's my stance. There's not much to explain.
And underwear should be washed every 2 to 3 days.
Thank you and good night.
Thank you for the.
Gracias por escuchar Políticamente Incorrectos Podcast. Si fuiste ofendido por algo, chúpenla.